Hi, my name is Jiaxian. I'm a part-time librarian at IU Bukit Jalil Library, and I'm from Biomedical Science, BN122. And today I'll be reviewing the book Nunn and Lumb's Applied Respiratory Physiology, 9th edition. So just to go through the brief contents of the book, so as the name suggests, it's more like an anatomy book and about physiology. You can see that the contents covers from anatomy. We have chapter 1 is functional anatomy, elastic forces and the lungs volumes, respiratory system resistance, control of breathing, pulmonary ventilation, pulmonary circulation, distribution of pulmonary ventilation and perfusion, diffusion of respiratory gases, carbon dioxide, oxygen, non-respiratory function of the lung, pregnancy, neonates and children, exercise, sleep, obesity, high altitude and flying, high pressure and diving, respiration in closed environment and space, drowning, smoke and air pollution, anesthesia, changes in carbon dioxide and partial pressure, hypoxia, anemia, oxygen toxicity and hyperoxia, comparative respiratory physiology, ventilatory failure, airway diseases, pulmonary vascular disease, diseases of the lungs, parenchyma and pleura, acute lung injury, respiratory support and artificial ventilation, pulmonary surgery, the atmosphere, and history of respiratory physiology. So it mostly covers the anatomy and physiology aspect and a bit of diseases, but not a lot of diagnostic and also how do I say infectious disease, right? So let's go to elastic forces and lung volumes and have a look of a brief overview of the chapters. How will it be like? So first part you'll see is the key points or a summary, which is very helpful for you to have a revision before your exams. And you have great illustrations for you to understand the theory better as well. Because you can see the surface tension of the lungs, alveoli, and the direction of the gas flow. So this is about pressure. It goes very in depth, which is quite nice, right? And there's also very nice pictures of micrography pictures, which I think is in chapter one. Chapter two is mostly about the biomechanics. Let's go to chapter one and see. So what I like about this book is that it have a lot of illustrations and also um, pictographs that is very helpful, and I love pictures. So see, there's a lot of pictures in the first chapter. A very helpful table for you to understand um, generation. So the generation refers to the branches, right? It goes very in depth. And I think almost there. I would say this is one of my favorite pictures I found in this book. It's about the collagen fibers in the lungs. And the left picture is when the lungs is collapsed. So when it's collapsed, it's kind of like compressed, right? So you can see the collagen is wavy, and when it's expanded, right, collagen are stretched out. And I find this picture just beautiful. So yeah, in summary, I like this book because they have a lot of pictures. The summaries are and the layout as well. How the information are presented to you is very nicely labeled as well. Goblet cells, airway glands, and I almost forgot. The last part of the chapter is the references. So if you want to read more about it, you can always check the references. And on the left side, you'll see the subtopics. So this book is available on Clinical Key. You can actually access the chapters using the Clinical Key apps as well. So you can't read it as a book on the app. I tried and it doesn't work. But you can find the chapters and you can find the chapters in the book. But you can't actually find like in the website can't find it as a whole book. So on the clinical kit website, you can go to books and just have to type Nuns and Lumps and it will just show up. Actually, you don't have to go to books, the browser books. You can just go to the search bar, type Nun and Lumb, and there it shows up already. Just click on it and you can read. So does this book suits me as a biomedical science student? I would say yes to a certain extent because this book is very detailed. And if I want to learn more about it, definitely I will give it a read. But I feel like this book is not only good for us, for biomedical science students, but also good for medical students because definitely they learn more in depth for respiration, for all the systems in the body in that matter. So I think medical students will be very beneficial to read this book, and other courses as well, like Chinese medicine and also chiropractic. They learn a bit of anatomy and physiology as well. So I think this book will interest them as well. But again, I find this book a bit too detailed for my course. But it's nice to, if I have questions and I want to learn more about physiology, well, in this case, respiratory physiology, I will definitely come back to this book. So I think that's all from me about this book, and I hope it's been a helpful review for you guys. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.